Hi everybody, Jay Arnott here, and welcome to the first video in this series, which is about what is NLP. I mean, it's a great question. What is NLP? And that's what we'll be covering in this session. So don't forget to do me a little small favor and tickle my bell, and also subscribe if you could, please. Then that just means that you'll get up-to-date content and first notification of when new free NLP or mindset content becomes available. So in this session, we're going to be covering a little bit about the history of NLP, what the definition of NLP is, and giving you a good understanding of NLP so that you can use it more effectively and be able to tell other people what it is in a very succinct manner. And that's really important because if you can't say what NLP is and you're a little bit waffly about things, you won't understand it yourself, and people around you will sense that kind of uncertainty. Some of the early experiments started around about 1974, so it's been around for a long time, even though people think it's some kind of modern pseudoscience technology or something. It's been around for a long time. And it was born on the study of excellence of exemplars. So there's a couple of people who co-created NLP, namely Richard Bandler, and the other guy was John Grinder. And they were finding round about in the 70s that people were going to therapists, psychotherapists with issues and problems, and there was a lot of kind of bad practice there. People were seeing practitioners for a number of years and their problems weren't going away. However, there was a very small group of people who were performing amazing results, seeing people in just a few short sessions and kind of transforming their lives. So, namely, some of these people were like studied and modeled much in the way a child models the parents, by just Bandler and Grinder copied exactly what they were doing to a point where they could later codify it and sell it to the world. And these people were people like the anthropologist Gregory Bateson. They modeled a lot of his work. The amazing shining light of hypnotherapist Milton Erickson, Virginia Satir, family therapist, and Fritz Perls, the Gestalt therapist. So they were like using unusual approaches. There's also other people who use like humor as provocative therapy, like Frank Farrelly. So they basically modeled these people, put it into a series of models, and then kind of sold it to the world. Now that sounds a bit salesy, but I'm very pleased that they did, because I got interested in NLP, started studying it, then that led me on to learn about all the other modalities like hypnosis, hypnotherapy, the lineage with NLP, Gestalt therapy, parts therapy, and things like that. So I'm very thankful that Bandler and Grinder made that explicit to the world and didn't just keep it as these dark kind of secret voodoo arts. NLP is essentially the modeling of excellence of exemplars who are doing extraordinary things, and proving that we can actually replicate that. But we do need a bit of a definition of NLP. So it is the study of excellence, but one of the best definitions, the most succinct definitions, I think comes from Richard Bandler, and he says it's the study of the structure of subjective experience. Now this is powerful. It's amazing that we can actually flex and move with an individual's subjective experience. Not many therapies or coaching modalities or anything like that out there do this. They have like techniques that are rigid and we put them on the individual. But with NLP, we are more interested in the how something is happening than the why. So we study a person's structure through their sensory system, which we covered on the representational system video, through the 5 senses, what actually is going on for the person, and we work at helping them change that. So the study of the structure of subjective experience. So neuro is our neurology, how our brain responds to things in our body that happen, how our body responds to what messages we're getting in our brain, the relationship of neurology. The linguistics is the words that we use inside our own mind in a dialogue, and the words that we use to influence other people positively. So there's a presupposition in NLP that states that communication is the response that you get. And I just think this is really powerful. I'm thinking about this all the time. What words am I going to use to get the response that I want? Which is, the response that I want is something positive or that elicits a desired state that makes the person perform better. So neuro, body, brain, body, linguistics, the words that we use and choose. And programming is ultimately that we have a choice about what goes in and what comes out. Most of the time we spend our whole lives just working on a kind of default belief systems that we've acquired since we were born, all the attachments and the things that our parents have told us and the things that our society's told us in school. But we can change this at any time, and I love this. This is amazing because we can change it at any time as long as we understand the principle of what goes in, and if it goes in enough times and there's enough sensory, emotional response, then it's going to start transforming the way we perceive the world, and it's going to start transforming our perceptions. And NLP can help you transform your therapeutic work. It can help you transform your coaching. It can help you transform your mindset, help you get over things like anxiety. Most of all, it can help you dramatically increase your performance if you're prepared to put the work in to change this kind of conditioning that we've been talking about with our neurology. But the most important thing in NLP is understanding that it is a sensory modality. It's a sensory modality where we work with the 5 senses to change our response. And for me, it's just a really powerful resource tool. There's lots of different techniques that have been acquired and added onto over the years in NLP. All these different techniques and patterns. And all these patterns do is help condition our mindset to the presuppositions of NLP and the principles of NLP, so we start to build it in our life and see the world in a different place. And we realize that we actually have choice over our emotional state. So NLP is about state choice. And once we change our emotional state, our perception starts to change, our physiology, our mindset starts to change, and most importantly, our behavior unconsciously changes. One of the most important things in NLP is this kind of awareness, this sensory awareness. That's what we'll be covering on the next video, which is calibration skills.